Not gonna lie, the Ranger isn't much better when compared to Tasha's. We'll see about that. I think this Ranger got buff. The fact that they prepare spells now is huge. All right, listen. Okay, we got to start fresh because I'm going to be making a video out of this, so we got to keep our thoughts cohesive. The Ranger is an expert. They got Dex and Wisdom. Far from the bustle of cities, amid the trees of trackless forest and across wide plains, Rangers keep their unending watch. Wanderers of the wilderness, Rangers specialize in facing monsters that threaten the world. Rangers learn to track their quarry, as a predator does, moving stealthily through the wilds and hiding themselves in brush and rubble. Thanks to their connection with nature, Rangers can also cast spells that harness the primal powers of the wilderness. A Ranger's talents and magic are honed with deadly focus on the task of protecting the world from the ravages of monsters and tyrants. To create a Ranger, consult the following list, which provides HP proficiencies and armor training. If you're making a first level character, also consult starting equipment. And if you're using the multi-class rules, see multi-classing. Then look at the Ranger table to see the class features you get at each level of the class. The description of those features appear in the Ranger class features. We got a D10 still. That's great. Strength, Dex, saving. Primary ability, Dex, Wisdom. Strength, Dex, saving throws, Athletics, Stealth, Survival, or choose 3 from Animal Handling, Athletics, etc. Insight, Investigation, Nature, Perception, Stealth, Survival. Okay. Pretty typical stuff. Got the same track. First level, they get spells right away. That's huge. They get second level spells at 5th, third level spells at 9th, 4th level spells at 13th, and 5th level spells at 17th. So I believe this is the same track as the base wizard or the base Ranger as far as spells go, with the exception of getting first level spells early. We've got expertise, favorite enemy. So Ranger got changed quite a bit. Let's pull up the Ranger. All right. So we got rid of Natural Explorer at first level. We've got expertise right away. They added expertise to Ranger. It's pretty cool. They get it twice. They get 9th and 1st. We get favorite enemy, which got changed. They've got spellcasting right away. That's huge. They get a fighting style at 2nd. So spellcasting got moved back. Subclass at 3rd, no change. Feat at 4th, no change. Extra attack at 5th, no change. Subclass feature at 6th, no change. Oh, no, that is a change. 7th was when they got their subclass. So they moved back the subclass from 7th to 6th. Roving is 7th. That's kind of late, but, okay. Feat, expertise, subclass, tireless at 11th. They didn't get tireless. So is that new or is that, no, that's from Tasha's, isn't it? A feat at 12th, same as everyone else. Nature's Veil. That's on here, isn't it? It's probably, you know what? Nature's Veil is probably like hide in plain sight or something. We'll see. A subclass feature, Feral Senses. A feat, Foe Slayer at 18th. I believe they changed Foe Slayer, made it better. Feat at 19th, Epic Boon at 20th, just like everybody else. Nothing at 17th except the spell. 5th level spells. Simple and martial, no tools, light medium. You start with arrow, scimitar, short sword, explorer's pack, longbow, quiver, 8 gold. Dang, 8 gold. Studded leather. I feel like Bard started with a ton of gold. Maybe I'm misremembering. 18 gold, yeah. Bard got a lot more gold than the Ranger did. What is tireless? We're gonna have to check that out. I don't know. I want to say it was in Tasha's. Okay, multi-classing. If the group uses the multi-classing rules, here's what you need to know. You have to have a 13 in the Ranger's primary ability, Dexterity and Wisdom, to take a level in this class, or to take a level in another class if you're already a Ranger. If a Ranger isn't your initial class, here are the proficiencies you gain. Martial weapons and 1 skill of your choice from the Ranger skill list. You get armor training, light, medium, and shields. You get spell slots, half your Ranger level rounded up to the appropriate level. You prepare spells of each of your classes individually, referring to the spell slots. Yeah, it looks like they're really Really nerfing multiclassing. Multiclassing does not seem to be efficient. As a ranger, you gain the following class features when you reach the specified levels in this class. These features are listed on the ranger table. Expertise. Stealth and survival are iconic. So they recommend stealth and survival. Favored enemy at first level. You are adept at focusing your ire on a single foe. You always have the Hunter's Mark spell prepared. And it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare. Moreover, you don't have to concentrate on the spell once you cast it. It lasts for its full duration until you end it as a bonus, or until you're in cap. Why in cap? Why not unconscious? Ooh, I don't know about this one. Well, whatever. It's good. I'm okay. It's fine. Wait. Well, maybe they changed how in cap. Well, we'll have to look. Maybe they changed how in cap works. Because by this, you can go unconscious and still have it. It says only in cap, so you could go unconscious and still have it. Okay, you have learned to channel the magical essence of nature to cast spells. See the player's handbook for the rules on spell casting. The information below details how you use those rules as a ranger. You have the following spells prepared: Cure Wounds, Guidance, Hunter's Mark, Thorn Whip. Or you can prepare 2 zeros, 2 firsts of your choice. Any spell you prepare for this class must be a primal spell, and it can be from any school except evocation. Why? Why restrict that? I don't know. It's fine, I guess. It's like, okay, I mean, it's just weird. Like, what, Flaming Sphere would be on that list probably? Like, okay, I can't get Flaming Sphere. Fire Arrows is probably evocation, but I don't know. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can commune with nature and replace any spell you have prepared for this class with another primal spell of the same level that isn't an evocation. At higher levels in this class, you can prepare more spells as shown on the ranger table. The numbers there determine the number of different spells you can prepare of each level. For example, as a 3rd level ranger, you can prepare 2 different 0 and 3 different first. Consult the prepared ranger section. A spell marked with the dagger in that section is always prepared and can't be replaced. You have spell slots, so nothing new here. The ranger table shows how many spell slots you have at each level to cast your ranger spells. Number of spell slots you have at that level. For example, 5th level ranger, you have 4 first level slots, 2 second. Yeah, so it's the same as a bard. Looks like it's going to be consistent across all classes. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability. You can use the druidic focus as a spellcasting focus for the spells you prepare. What about losing health? That's evocation. Oh, right. Are healing spells evocation still? I want to say I heard that they changed that. You have honed your martial prowess. You gain one of the following fighting styles of your choice: archery, defense, or 2-weapon fighting. Whenever you gain a feat at later levels, fighting style feats are among your options, even though you aren't a member of the warrior group. So what I want to take away from that is only warriors get fighting style feats, but rangers are an exception. At 3rd level, you get your subclass. You gain the hunter subclass or another ranger subclass of your choice. The hunter is detailed after the ranger's class description, and other subclasses will appear in future Unearthed Arcana. Subclass is a specialization. Copy and paste. 4th level, we get a feat. 5th level, we get extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action. You get a subclass feature at 6th. Roving. Your speed increases by 10. I believe it was 5 before, while you aren't wearing heavy armor. You also have a climb and swim speed equal to your speed. Huge. Feat, expertise, subclass, tireless. Primal forces now help fuel you on your journeys, granting you the following benefits. Temporary hit points. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can give yourself a number of temp hit points equal to a D8 plus your proficiency bonus. Pretty good. If you are exhausted when you finish a short rest, your level of exhaustion decreases by 1. That's pretty crazy. This is an 11th level feature, so it's pretty late in the game. Okay. 12th level, we get a feat. 13th level, Nature Veil. You invoke spirits of nature to magically hide yourself from view. Yeah. So this is the hide in plain sight. As a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot and become invisible until the end of your next turn. Oh, man. I don't know. So here's what I don't like about it. It only lasts a turn, and it costs a spell slot. Is that good? Is that worth a spell slot? Keep in mind, this is not a full-on spellcasting class. This is a half-caster. Those spell slots are precious. If this was the invisibility spell, if this said as a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot to become invisible for like a minute, base invisibility is an hour. I get why they wouldn't want to do that. But like until the end of your next turn? Okay, hold on. That's not bad. Okay, wait, think about it. Think about it. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. So here's what you do. You open up the start of your turn, Nature's Veil. It costs a spell slot. Now you can use your action from invisibility to start hitting with advantage. Boom, boom. You do your extra attack. Boom, boom. You're shooting twice. You're invisible for the rest of the round. It's your turn again. Boom, boom. At the end of your turn, it goes away. It's not bad. It's expensive. My problem with it is that it costs a spell slot. That's rough. I'm assuming that you don't come out of invisibility. This isn't the invisibility spell. This is you're invisible. This isn't the invisibility spell. This says that you become invisible until the end of your next turn. So you can do anything that you want while invisible. You don't come out right. Assuming you don't come out of invisibility, this isn't horrible. If you get to stay invisible the whole time, this isn't horrible. It's not great. I'm not really like excited about it because it costs a spell slot, but it's not horrible. The fact that it lasts until the end of your next turn is big, right? You can open up with this as a bonus action, move around. You can reposition however you like, take your shots, and then at the start of your turn, you're still invisible. You get to spend your next turn being completely invisible as well. It's just the spell slot that makes me hate it. I mean, is it worth a spell slot? It's kind of like 14th level, we get a subclass feature. 15th, we get blind sight. 15th level, feral senses. Your connection to the forces of nature grants you blind sight with a range of 30 feet. It's a pretty huge amount of blind sight. That is a pretty huge amount of blind sight. 30 feet. Nothing can hide from you. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. 15th, you get blind sight, 30 feet. Great. I'm okay with it. 16th level, you get a feat. 18th level, Foe Slayer. Your Hunter's Mark now deals an extra D10 damage to its target rather than D6. Is this a capstone? Obviously, it's better than the Bard. Honestly, this might as well say you do an extra D10. Like, okay, if this feature says, hey, you do an extra D10 damage from now on, is that good? 18th level, and you get a +2, and you get an average +2 per mark hit. I don't think it's not a bad thing. +2? That's not bad. Could you imagine a +4 stat increase? I actually think it's worse than the previous version. No shot. Come on. No shot. At 20th level, you become unparalleled hunter of your enemies. Once on each of your turns, you can add your wisdom mod to the attack roll or the damage of an attack you make against one of your favorite enemies. Even if this said any target, not just your favorite enemies, I would still be like, okay, if we max out our wisdom, we can do a +5 to attack or damage rolls once per turn. My issue is that it's an extra D10 at 18th level. All right, so like okay, you know what? Maybe all of the capstones are just bad now. Maybe they're nerfing capstones. Is that what they're doing? Are they just making capstones less powerful? Is that the thing? Like maybe, okay. If every class consistently has, wait for the rogue. Oh, that's right. Rogue has, okay. So here's the deciding factor. Let's look at the rogue's capstone. I'm just going to peek at the rogue capstone real quick. See what, okay. It's still stroke of luck. If the rogue's capstone, okay. You have an uncanny knack for succeeding when you need to. If you fail a d20 test, that is a save, an attack, or an ability check, you can turn the roll into a 20 on a short. Okay, so I take back what I said. They're not nerfing capstones. Bard and Ranger just got screwed. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. I gotta read that again. Hold on. I gotta read that again. There's no way I read that right. You have an uncanny knack for succeeding when you need to. If you fail a d20 test, you can turn the roll into a 20. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short rest. You get an auto crit. You get an auto critical on a short rest. That makes the others look so bad. Oh my god. Ooh. They changed crits. Okay. All right. If they changed crits, I guess. But even so, how many hits does it take Hunter's Mark to reach the damage potential of an auto crit? Like this should be like 46. Look, I'm just gonna be real. Foe Slayer should be you now do 46 to the target. I don't know. It's like I think they should be, but then it's like sneak attack. So I don't know. Would that be kind of cutting into the sneak attack? All right, moving on. Let's move on. This is somebody calculated +2. Let's see, +2 damage. Yeah, it'll take a minute. You gotta do a lot of combat for that to. Here's our recommended spell list. Okay. Gosh, rogue. Center and 18th rogues are getting like what, 96? I think Rangers can get like 4. Facts. Rangers should have a little sneak damage. Rangers will probably make 3 attacks, so it's +6. Oh, will they? Yeah, if it's like +2 a hit and they get extra attack. All right, here's my thing. Here's my issue. This isn't enough damage. If they want the Ranger's capstone to increase their damage, then it needs to actually increase their damage by more. A D10 versus a D6. It's I mean, the weapon the damage die is just so irrelevant at higher levels. Like you're going to be doing +5 because of your dex and any other feats, sharpshooter, if that's still around. Like this little piddly D10, D6 to D10 change just isn't going to cut it. Let's read our hunter. They can make it a D12 or 2D6. I would rather multiple die than I would rather it be multiple die than one big die. I would rather it be like 46. If that said 46 to you do an extra 46 to your Hunter's Mark target, I think I'd be okay with it. What about you? Chat, let me know. If it said +46 to your, just to axe it and make something better, that I can get behind. Sharpshooter changed? Oh boy. If you get 3 attacks and you're allowed to use the D10 on everything, it starts to make up for it. 3 attacks and it makes up for it? Okay, I got you. Because at a certain point, it will eventually catch up. Because remember, the rogue only gets that free crit once a short rest. This is just as long as you have Hunter's Mark active, which pretty sure it lasts an hour. So you're basically just, I get more damage. All right, let's have a look at the hunter. You stalk prey in the wilds and elsewhere, using your abilities as a hunter to protect nature and people everywhere from forces that would destroy them. A protector of nature. That's our theme. Let's keep that in mind going forward. We are protector of nature. At 3rd level, we get hunter's prey. Your tenacity can wear down even the most resilient foe. When you hit a creature with a weapon or an unarmed strike, as part of the attack action on your turn, the weapon or unarmed strike deals an extra D8 damage to the target if it's missing hit points. So you like smell the blood. You can deal this extra damage only once per turn. An extra D8? Sure. It's boring. This doesn't scale. This is going to be a D8. This is going to be a D8 for the rest of your time, unless something else increases. Okay, we deal an extra D8 damage to targets that are missing hit points. I I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I don't hate it. I just don't. I'm just meh. I feel very meh about this. Hunter's lore. Here's the good stuff. You can call on the forces of nature to reveal certain strengths and weaknesses of your prey. While a creature is marked by your hunter's mark, you know whether that creature has any immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. And if the creature has any, you know what they are. That's awesome. That's great. Honestly, this should have been what the College of Lore got. If I'm going to be honest, this should have been the College of Lore. I'm fine that the hunter gets it. It makes sense here too. But that's pretty good. But I'm okay with it. This is a really cool ability. I'm okay with it. You know the resistances, immunities, and vulnerabilities. Very cool. I'm going to be honest. I really love this ability. Multi-attack. At 10th level, you now always have Conjure Barrage prepared, and it doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare. You can also cast the spell with 1st and 2nd level spell slots. When you do so, the spell's damage is reduced by 1d8 for each slot level below 3rd. So this is downcasting. I remember them mentioning this in the video. I think there's going to be a new mechanic where they downcast spells. That's huge. I like it. I need to read Conjure Barrage. Let's have a look. You throw a non-magical weapon or fire a piece of non-magical ammo into the air to create a cone. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must succeed on a dex save or take 3d8. The damage type is the same as the weapon ammunition. Okay. What would this do? I was about to say, like, if you could AoE Hunter's Mark, that would make this Foe Slayer really good, but this is an AoE and Hunter's Mark isn't. It's okay. You get an AoE. It's okay. I don't hate it. You can upcast it. You can downcast it. That's fine. Superior Hunter's Defense. When you are hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against yourself, and you can redirect the other half to one creature that you can see within 5 feet. Oh, that's cool. The only thing I hate about it is in my head, I'm using a bow, so I'm not going to be near another enemy. If 2 enemies are on me while I'm using a bow, mistakes were made. I acknowledge that there are dual wield hunters out there. Or rangers. I acknowledge that some of you rangers like to run in there with your 2 scimitars. You drow rangers and your dual scimitars. I acknowledge that this is great for you, but some of us like to use a bow, like to hang out in the back using a bow, and not going to have a lot of opportunity to use this. Yeah, being able to move damage around is cool. I don't have a solution. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. The hunter is okay. Love Hunter's lore. Multi-attack is we'll do like very satisfied, somewhat satisfied, meh, and meh. I'm feeling kind of meh about the hunter. Like this little piddly damage increase at 3rd level is probably my least favorite thing. Hunter's lore, absolutely amazing. Multi-attack, pretty cool. We get an AoE, pretty cool. And then this superior Hunter's defense is like it's a little too situational, but I like it. Ask your rogue to hit you when you're close to an enemy. Like, yeah, like obviously this is playstyle specific because you need to be up front. So here's the question. Here's my question. Is the hunter a melee ranger or is it a ranged ranger? Because there's nothing about this hunter really encourages or forces you to be ranged. But this kind of encourages you to be melee. So I think the hunter may be a melee build. Conjure Barrage would indicate range. You think so? You can be up front for Conjure. Like Conjure Barrage allows you to hit the entire battlefield. I don't think the positioning. I don't think your positioning is super important for Conjure Barrage. Other than trying to get the entire team in the cone. It literally feels mixed range and finesse. Okay, yeah, if it's mixed. I can accept that. Wait, no, wait. Conjure Barrage is arranged because it has to be it has to be thrown or ammunition. Never mind. Yes, this is a ranged ability. So yeah, this is a mix. This is a mixed. My bad. I forgot that it had to be thrown or ranged. This had to be in range. This had to be a ranged attack. Forgot about that. Yeah. So this is an alternate. You alternate between the 2.